Hello and welcome. My name is Melody from Melody Crochet, and today is the 20 questions tag. Little backstory. I am a crochet podcast as a rule, and I share my patterns from my blog Melody Crochet on here and I like to review yarn and notions. But 2 weeks ago we adopted a dog and madness ensues. It's a good madness though, it's not like last time, everything's cool. But she was fixed the day before we got her. Then she got the kennel cough. Then I decided to take her out for a walk. And I was walking while holding a dog because she had a little cough and a cone on her head. I didn't want to overwork her or anything. So I took her out for a walk where I held her. She's not little. She's a big girl. And she's a strong girl. And she likes to do what she wants. I can respect that. But we go out. She's wiggling, she's worming around. I'm holding her, trying to let her smell the air or whatever the heck I was thinking. And a tree branch in front of the sidewalk. I hit both knees. She was fine because I didn't use my hands to fall down at all. I broke open both knees so bad. And then after that, she and my other dog got another cold. So that has been my last 2 weeks, which have been good. She's amazing and loving and beautiful. And 98% of what's gone on has been absolutely perfect. But definitely kept me busy. She's a black and tan coonhound. Yes, she is. Which means she has a bark that sounds like an old-fashioned car. It is absolutely beautiful. And she's gonna do the 20 questions tag with me because she doesn't like to be away from me. I've tried a couple times with her in other rooms and she's barking louder than I can talk. She's biting my arm. She's losing her teeth at an alarming rate. We found the molars on the floor a couple times in the last couple days. So she's getting her new teeth. You need a toy though, because you don't bite people. We don't bite people. You got this. You bite them. There you go. But her name is Dixie. And she is just absolutely amazing. We love her so much. So we're gonna make it work. And I just got back, like I said, from the gym. Did I say? Like I said, I tried to do this 2 times already. But I just got back. So Debbie over at the Canadian Crocheter was the first one to tag me. Thank you so much, Debbie. I love her podcast. If you go over and visit, you will love her. She's so warm and kind and wonderful, and her projects are so beautiful. So she tagged me, and if you haven't been over there, go visit. But I wanted to do it immediately, and that was about a week and a half ago, amidst the madness. That was even more madness than it is now. And I have not felt like I crocheted nearly enough to share, but you know what? It's my podcast and I'll share a tag if I want to without a whole lot of yarn. I will show you at the end what I made though. And while we're doing that, I will be sipping my protein shake. So, hi, you like that? Oh my goodness gracious. Wow, okay, wow, okay. I was very passionate. This is a whey protein isolate in cashew milk with a 1/4 cup of peppermint extract and a heaping teaspoon of cacao powder. So it tastes like chocolate mint and it's so, so good. And since I just got back from the gym, I cannot stop looking at my head because I'm not wearing any makeup, which is really weird. I don't think I've ever filmed without makeup on. So crazy. So I keep looking at my skin because I'm like, it looks shiny. But I'm not gonna think about that. We're just gonna you guys, that's who we're here for. But I have to get my questions. Let's do this tag, shall we? Hey, Debbie. She was nice enough to put everything at the end for me. There we go, found my 20 questions. What does your name mean? Well, my name is Melody, and that means song. A series of single notes strung together in a pleasing manner. And this is Dixie, short for benediction, and that means blessing in Latin. Where are you from? Well, she's from the shelter, locally, Texas. And I'm from California. And I was born in Long Beach, raised in Anaheim and Cypress, which is really close to Disneyland if you're just looking on a map. So by Disneyland. And then about 7 years ago, we came here to Texas, and we've lived here ever since. And let's see. It says, where are you from and where were you born? So that was where I was born and where I was raised. Nationality-wise, I am Yugoslavian and Mexican. Let's see. What would your parents have named you if you had been a boy? I don't know, probably still Melody. She says she knew I was a girl from the very, very get-go. So I was an only child raised by my mom. So it was just the two of us. So if I had been a boy, that would have changed the dynamic so much. So no idea. She never even acknowledged the idea of me being a boy. What is your biggest accomplishment? And that is definitely my family. I can't think of anything more amazing that I could have done with the last 20 years than have my boys and my marriage and just raised up a family. And I'm not sure after they go what the heck I'm gonna do, but it's probably going to have to do with fitness and yoga because I like fitness and yoga. Before my last son that I had, I was a personal trainer and I've done yoga pretty consecutively for the last 20 years. So, let's see, what is your eye color? They're brown. You can barely see them because there's no makeup on them. What is your favorite candle scent? Well, that is a conversation. Ooh, speaking of eye color, I just got that palette from Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. He's biting me again. Poor baby. You poor baby. No, you don't get to go play. You don't get to play. That's too squeaky. Here, have a slipper. There you go. But super duper bright colors. Trying to wear them on my eyes. It's kind of funny. What is your favorite candle scent? Okay, I'm definitely a Bath and Body Shop girl. Love their scents. Now, if it is not a holiday, I like berry scents and light florals, like gardenia and honeysuckle and things like that. Nothing too powdery, nothing too, mostly powdery. I don't love powdery florals. You know, the kind that get into the back of your nose. I don't love that feeling. I also don't love tobacco-y scents or woody scents. Tobacco scents smell pretty to me, but they kind of bug my nose. Just the back of my nose, I taste them more than I smell them. But I do like, though, during the holidays, my favorite this year was the pumpkin apple and the pumpkin peanut brittle. The pumpkin peanut brittle smells like you are baking the most amazing thing in the world. It is absolutely amazing. And the Christmas scent, my favorite Christmas scent, I'm waiting for the big one. December 7th is when they're having the big candle sale at Bath & Body, in case that's not on your to-do list yet. But this is the little one. They have these for $4.95 for the single wick about a week ago, I think. Twisted peppermint. It reminds me of when I was 5. I love it so much. Are you smelling that? It smells good? It's nice, right? No, don't eat it. Oh man, don't poison the dog. Okay. Ooh, I heard my horn honk. Must be windy out. But that would definitely be my favorite scent. And I also like some of the other ones. I guess cinnamon is my other Christmassy favorite. Aww, you got a little snow. I bet you do. You just lit a candle. Get that out of your mouth. Good girl. Can you cook? I can. I can cook anything. I'm really good at cooking. I could say that I don't like to be negative, but it's easier to say what I can't cook than it is to say what I can. I'm really good at Mexican food and really good at Italian food. I think the two things that I defer to my husband are steak and stir fry, just because he's really good at both of those. Stir fry, I just never get quite as yummy as he does, but afterward it kind of puffs me up a little bit. So I'm thinking he's throwing MSG or some kind of magic sauce in there that I don't have access to. And steak, I just overdo steak like crazy. I just don't think it's done until it's absolutely overcooked by my taste. I like my steak quite medium, but I cook it until it's cooked all the way through. But I love to cook, and I don't love to clean it up though. What is good about your life right now? Well, we have the Dixie. She's kind of good. Well, she's kind of bad. She's a little sassy, but she's so good to have. We're so happy she's here. And my other dog, Hunter, and my boys, they're healthy and strong and good people. My husband is wonderful and spoils me rotten. And just a good time right now. Everything's pretty good right now. I'm pretty happy. Let's see. What's your sign? I am a Pisces, and I'm very, very much a Pisces. I suit it to a T. I think it's whimsical, adaptable, ethereal. I'm just like la la la. Just like water. And what scares you about aging? I think losing my abilities to do things. So I do a lot in order to maintain my body, because people in my family have lost their health kind of early. So I try and maintain it but at the same time, to maintain the happiness that we were talking about a few minutes ago, I try not to worry about it, because whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and all you really have is today. So I do spend today trying to make sure that my tomorrow will be as strong and healthy as I can make it, but you still have to have fun because nothing's promised. But I do hope that I can maintain a strong, healthy, long life. What is your favorite holiday? Halloween. I love the Halloween decorations and everything so spooky and cute. Oh my gosh. But Christmas is fabulous too. I felt the urge to decorate for Christmas really early this year. I decorated for Christmas about a week and a half ago. So everybody came for our little Thanksgiving celebration. Everything Christmassy was already up. Kind of tacky, but I wanted to, so I did. And what is your guilty pleasure? To buy would probably be art supplies. I have a lot of art supplies. I like them very much. The other one would definitely be coffee. I love my coffee. Wine is awesome. Tequila is fabulous. But coffee, yeah, necessary. And the only guilt I have over it is that I try not to have it after 3 o'clock, but sometimes 7 o'clock rolls around and I just have some caffeine. And I feel bad about it because it knocks my entire schedule off. What is your favorite show to binge watch? Oh my gosh. I am a Whedonverse fanatic. My favorite would be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So Joss Whedon, love. And Buffy the Vampire Slayer for sure. I don't watch a ton of TV. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I love? I liked Eureka a lot. I like sci-fi. Star Trek The Next Generation. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Aside from that, I stick with light comedies that I don't have to pay too much attention to. I am really looking forward to, oh wait, is the next thing about movies? Oh, what is one thing you can't leave the house without? You're not going anywhere. You're gonna eat my protein shake. Okay, 2 things. One is my phone, because when I go out without it, I feel so lost and vulnerable. It's hilarious. You would think I never lived in a time without cell phones, but it just seems like, what do I do if I need anything? What did I do before? But then they had a lot more payphones out everywhere when we didn't have cell phones. There were payphones everywhere. I don't think that I would have gone anywhere without a whole bunch of payphones, and everybody always had change. So I'm figuring that. But in addition to the foam, which I definitely require, my water. So I love me some cold cups from Starbucks. Thank you so much, Dixie. Yes, I know. I think these are called the bullet ones. They're my favorite. I love them very, very much. It's full of water and it keeps me from stopping off and buying things that I would be sorry that I had afterward. I always show off the tea and the coffee and the protein shakes and stuff, but there's always water right by them. Baby girl. Then, what's next? Are you a morning person or a night person? I am by nature a night owl, but I make myself be a morning person. That's why I talk about the caffeine. I try to be in bed by 10 or 11. I try to be up by 5 or 6. I always get 8 hours of sleep though. So if I have that caffeine at 7, my life is not the same the next day. So I really do like to get up. I hear it's healthier and better for your hormones, and that's like something I have to pay attention to at this point in my life. Because those no sleep hormones are strong. Am I wrong? And then I like to get up in the morning and I have like a little set thing. If I get up too late, I feel like I've missed a good portion of the day. I wake up, we have Bible time, I have the long stretching time, I have my coffee time, and if I don't get that, I feel very bleh. Although I would like to make that time a little bit more productive and a little bit faster, because if I stay up late instead of getting up early, it feels like I just get a bunch of crochet time and time to watch TV. And I just don't do that with my early morning time, which I guess you could say is good, but I really, really like crochet and podcast time. I get it anyway later in the day, but I really like that time alone where I can just kind of loaf around and be goofy and not so productive. So I need to find a way to hurry up those productive things in the morning. Hey baby girl. But by nature, a total night owl. I would love, there's nothing better in my eyes than to put on a pot of coffee at 7 o'clock and stay up till 3 in the morning crocheting and watching podcasts. Favorite thing ever. Might be better guilty pleasure. Where you going? Where you going? What's your favorite genre of movie? I would have to say goofy comedy. I like the Adam Sandler. Ooh, don't get in trouble. Be a good girl. I love Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore, just a lighthearted comedy. Oh, she went to lay down with her brother. What is the last thing that you bought? Well, I showed you guys this one. And the last thing I bought was this one. I haven't actually used it yet. I'm still in the honeymoon stage of just being completely in love with it, but it's the Starbucks Stud Cold Cup in neon pink, and this is my Christmas mug. I'm pretty pleased with it. The other one's so perfect though. This was my summer one. I've had this all summer long, and it's gotten a little abused. The bottom has a little bit of a crack on it right there. And I think that I dishwashered it and it kind of, something might have happened inside the insulation. But it's still so good. I haven't broken myself into taking out the newness yet, but I will soon. And this is gonna carry me all the way through next summer unless something happens to it. Valentine's Day pink, totally good for Easter. I saw this and I knew it wasn't gonna be around for long, and it's not. It's already creeping up on price on eBay. But I saw it and I just went for it. It was one of those situations where I saw it across the store. It was at Kroger in the Starbucks area, and I just went to it and I just put it on the counter. And then I went home, showed it to my daughter-in-law, and we had to go out and get her one too. It wasn't easy either. We had to find it, but we did. I just drooled. Another thing I got a grandpuppy. I'm gonna have to lower the light on this a little bit. And she needed a sweatshirt. She's a Pomeranian, she's red, and she's absolutely beautiful and fluffy. And look at this, I got it on eBay. It cost like nothing. And it showed up really fast actually, but this came in the mail. So cute. But her name is Peach, Princess Peach. That was the last thing I bought. Okay, two things. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? Well, a lot of people say, oh, you're on a podcast, you must be an extrovert. Let's keep in mind, I'm alone in this room. If we were actually in a public place, I'm not shy, but outings with a whole lot of other people can be a little exhausting, if you will. I think that those of us that prefer our relationships on the internet might be mostly still considered introverts, in my opinion. And I definitely consider myself one. I do fine with people, but the whole time I feel a little odd. I wonder if I'm saying something inappropriate. And I tend to just kind of be tired afterward. And I have to go home and recuperate alone. And what is your favorite book? That is so hard. My grandmother gave me a copy of Little Women when I was little, so that's always been a big favorite of mine. I love the Bible, and I love a couple other books. Let's see. We're reading, I love Tony Robbins, and I love Louise Hay. Very motivational. As far as crochet, it's going to be, I think, Hip Hats and Cool Caps. It might be Cool Caps and Hip Hats though. And I love that book. They have some of the best hat crochets at all. And I love a good stitch dictionary. I have about 3 stitch dictionaries. I've been meaning to share my favorite stitches. Let me know down below if you'd like to see some stitches shown. I know a lot of people get a lot more out of seeing them on video than looking at them in a book. And I have some big favorites that I love to share. Oh, this is my favorite yoga one. This is Steve Ross Happy Yoga, which is a fabulous, fabulous book on yoga. I love the Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. It's my favorite. I keep it out all the time. And that's about it. But I tend to be a nonfiction girl, but I will break out the fiction because I know it's better to go to sleep with fiction instead of trying to wrap yourself around trying to learn a new skill while you're trying to go to sleep. So, you know, that is all of it. That is the tag. Now, I tagged some people at the beginning. If I didn't mention you, you're still tagged. So please let me know down below if you're doing the tag. I would love to go and see yours and share it with others. So that's all from me. Oh, I was gonna show you what I've been making. Hello. Now I have my Clausiana. She's almost done. Try not to take out any stitches. She had to go into a new bag because it was a Halloween bag. And I'm working on starting my last repeat. That's not so bad. I got quite a bit done on that actually. And isn't that pretty? I'm using, I know it's called Rhapsody. Oh, the Yarn Bee Rainbow Rhapsody in Peacock. And that looks like this right now. And it's on an e-hook. And I'm loving it so much. I can't wait to finish. Always wise to put your crochet items in your puppy's toy bin. And then I finished, for the most part, Izzy's Crochet Pikachu Hat. It's really big. I actually shared last time this one, but it didn't fit. It was way too small. So I did 2 more repeats wide, which is actually rather large for him, but it's gonna fit for a little while and I won't have to worry about it not fitting because that was really, really frustrating. to have to just not use. So I'm gonna go ahead and make another one. It's gonna be for about a 5-year-old, I'm figuring. And you know, if you make the hat, the people arrive. But for this one, I didn't bring my black yarn when we're out and about. Like I said, crocheting at home is a bit of a challenge right now. So we're out and about, and I didn't bring my black yarn to do the mouth. I'd already made the circles for the eyes and the circles for the cheeks, but I didn't bring black yarn to do the mouth or the nose. Kind of a bummer. And I also want to make the ties. Izzy loves ties and ear flaps so much. This is all Red Heart Super Saver, and I used an H hook. Some people were asking me to show how I make my Pikachu hats, and I'll be happy to show how I make a video on how I make my character hats. I really like it. Now this one, I mentioned Peach, my grand dog. She's adorable. I made her a Christmas dress. Isn't that cute? This is Impeccable in green, Kelly green I believe, and this is Red Heart Super Saver in cherry red. Isn't that sweet? Oh my gosh, little armholes. Dog clothes are so easy and so fast. I was pretty pleased with that. All the scrunchies. I don't know if you guys got to see my video on scrunchies, but I've been going to town on making crocheted scrunchies. I'll link below the video, but love it. This one is Red Heart Super Saver in grenadine. This is the lavender lilac, purple lilac, lilac gray, I forget, but it is Bernat velvet, not the velvet baby, the regular size. This is 2 strands of Red Heart Super Saver held together, Christmas Eve, and 2 reds in the Yarn Bee velvet, because velvet scrunchies remind me of Heather's from the 90s, because Heather had a red velvet scrunchie. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. I was trying to think of a brand, it's just I love this yarn. They're a regular yarn, and I have several shades of reds and grays, and I'm making a knitted blanket on these Chow Goo needles. And this is a size 13, so 9mm. And this is Stephen West's garter squish blanket for my son. It's about 6 feet wide. It doesn't look like it, but when it opens up, it's about 6 feet wide. And you hold 2 strands of acrylic worsted weight yarn together, even though this is 2 strands of Aran weight, and just go to town. You could probably use wool or anything, but 2 strands of worsted weight is what is prescribed by the free pattern on Ravelry for the garter squish. And you just knit back and forth. There's no purling because that's what the garter stitch is. Just knit on both sides. At the end, there's a little bit of a knit through the back, so you get a bit of a lip, like so. But I am really loving it. And I'm just gonna change every foot or so. I'm just gonna change one of the shades. So I have a couple grays and a couple reds in the basket ready to go. And I'd love this to be done by Christmas. I don't know if it will be. My son is 6'4". That's a lot of blanket. But if I'm closer, then I'm closer. So, not too bad. So let me know down below what you're making. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you have any questions or comments, those are always warmly welcome. And I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. I'll see you guys in a couple days. Bye.